importance of motivation is it helps to change negative or indifferent attitudes of employees to positive attitudes. It is highly essential for the management to see that employees are properly motivated in their jobs. Abraham Maslow, as you all know, he was a psychologist and he has undertaken so much research on this aspect of human motivation. Hello everyone, I am Purnima, faculty in the Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence. In continuation of my sessions, the chapter directing, in this session, we will be discussing about the importance of motivation. So, let us see what are the importance of motivation. So, in this importance of motivation, the first importance is motivation helps to improve performance levels of employees as well as the organization. Since proper motivation satisfies the needs of the employees, they in turn devote all their energies for optimum performance in their work. So, we should understand that motivation helps to improve the performance levels of the organization. Why it improves the performance levels? So, you will be satisfying the needs of the employees. When their needs are satisfied, so they don't think much about their needs and they will devote all their work for the betterment of the organization. So, the organization will be in a better position, or the organizational goals can be achieved very easily. So, we always come across certain companies which spend crores of rupees for motivation. That is, they may give their employees so many perquisites or so many things to see that they are remaining in the organization and they achieve the organizational goals. If he is an asset to the organization will be providing so many benefits and facilities to see that to keep him motivated, and because of him the organization will do better in the business world. So, it is necessary or it is essential to keep the employees motivated. Then, the second importance of motivation is it helps to change negative or indifferent attitudes of employees to positive attitudes. If suitable rewards are given, the supervisor gives positive encouragement and praise for the good work done, he may slowly develop positive attitude. So, we should also know what is positive motivation and what is negative motivation. So, in positive motivation, you are giving them an offer of a reward, a recognition, a promotion, or something which is very nice to have. So, all those things which an individual wants to have, those things will be offered to him. And whereas in negative motivation, it will be like a fear of punishment or a penalty or a removal of the increment, something like that. So, nobody wants to have negative motivation, but we should also make use of this motivation to just change the attitude of the employees of the organization. Suppose the person is having a negative attitude towards the work. So, we should try to see that if we can change the attitude of the individual. So, he should be motivated through proper praise, through proper recognition, and by giving him a proper pay scale which he feels is fully satisfying. Only then we can see that that person changes his attitude and he attains a positive outlook towards his work. So, motivation will help in creating a positive attitude towards the work. So, here you can see this yellow which is very bright. So, this is positive motivation, and all these black things, they are negative attitudes. So, positive attitude and negative attitude. So, we should understand that it is always essential for the employees to have a positive attitude towards their work. Then, next importance of motivation is it helps to reduce employee turnover and thereby saves the cost of new recruitment and training. The main reason for high rate of employee turnover is lack of motivation. So, with the help of motivation, we are able to reduce the employee turnover. Employee turnover means he is just moving out of the organization. We can see in some certain organizations organizations, the employees keeps on changing. They don't stay for a very long time in that particular organization. In that organization, the employees keep running out of the organization. So why do they run out of the organization? What is the main aim? The main reason for this employee turnover may be lack of motivation. So why this lack of motivation occurs? It may be because there is no increment, or there are no policies which are employee friendly, or there are maybe certain flaws in the policies, HR policies, which the management does not know. So in order to see that you retain the employees for a very long time, why we should retain employees for a very long time? Because we can save the cost of recruitment and training. So when employees stay in the organization for a very long time, there will not be frequent changes in the employees, and when there are no frequent changes, you can see that the organization runs very smoothly. So we should understand that for the most common reason for employee turnover is lack of motivation. So it is highly essential for the management to see that employees are properly motivated in their jobs. If you can see that in continuation of the third point, if managers identify motivational needs of employees and provide suitable incentives, employees may not think of leaving the organization. So motivation helps to save recruitment and training costs. It also helps to retain talented people in the organization. So it is essential for the management to recognize the motivational needs of the individuals. So what is his actual need? So you should be able to identify the needs of the individual employees and see that they are properly motivated, or these needs are satisfied. Only then you can see that they remain in the organization. So if you want to have talented people to work in the organization, then it is essential to see that they are properly motivated. When you retain talented people, you can always save the recruitment and training cost. Then the next importance of motivation is it helps to reduce absenteeism in the organization. Now what is this absenteeism? So people don't turn up for work, or they come irregularly. Even if they come, they are irregular to the work. So absenteeism means if the motivation is adequately provided, work becomes a source of pleasure and they attend the work regularly. So you should see that the workers are happy while doing the jobs. When you keep them happy, they become more regular on the job. So in order to avoid absenteeism, it is essential to keep them properly motivated. They can come regularly on the job. Then next importance of motivation is motivation helps managers to introduce changes smoothly without much resistance from the people. So there is this signboard which says that there is a change of work or working places or working hours or anything related to the organization is changing, some technological change. So something is changing. So whenever we want to introduce any change in the organization, we will always have to face some strict resistance from the people. Now, if the manager can convince employees that proposed changes will bring additional rewards, they may readily accept the change. So through this motivation only, we can always bring about changes in the organization. So it may be change in working hours, change in the uniform, change in the leave policies, change in the promotion policy. So any major change in the organization can be readily accepted by the employees if they are offered a reward. So through rewards, you can bring about a change in the attitude, and slowly you can make them adjust towards to the new changes in the policy of the organization. Then next, most important is we have to just remember Sir Abraham Maslow. So Abraham Maslow, as you all know, he was a psychologist and he has undertaken so much research on this aspect of human motivation. He is a psychologist, and in a classic paper published in 1943, he outlined the elements of overall theory of motivation. His theory was based on human needs. So he has conducted extensive research on this aspect of human motivation, what motivates his behavior, and his theory of hierarchy of needs has been welcomed by almost all the psychologists all over the world. So in this theory of hierarchy of needs, he has segregated the needs of the human beings. What motivates a person to work? What are the various needs which have to be fulfilled at each stage, and how he will be keep the individual motivated. So all these things Abraham Maslow has explained in his theory of hierarchy of needs. Now, in this theory of motivation, Abraham Maslow, he feels that within every human being there exists a hierarchy of 5 needs. So what is this hierarchy of 5 needs? We will just see in each of the slide. So in this, the first need is the basic or the physiological need. So in this, the basic need is hunger, thirst, shelter and sleep. If you can see, that is food, water, house and clothes and food. So in this, we should understand that these are the basic or the simple needs of every individual. So Maslow, in his theory of hierarchy of needs, he feels that the first, what motivates a man to do the job is fulfillment of the physiological needs of the individual. Now in this physiological needs, it may be the hunger need, thirst need, shelter need or the sleeps, and these are some of the examples in the organizational context. The basic salary helps to satisfy the needs. So whenever the individual wants to work in an organization, what motivates him? The first thing that motivates him is he has to fulfill his physiological needs. So in this physiological needs, the organization should provide him with a decent salary so that he can live a decent living. So he can have a proper shelter, a proper home with basic food and clothing and other facilities through which he can lead a certain level of a comfortable life. Then the next in the needs hierarchy is the safety or the security needs. So in this safety or the security needs, Maslow says that these needs provide security and protection from physical and emotional harm. So we should understand that the safety and security needs may relate to any physical and emotional harm. So physical harm means that we want to be protected against the vagaries of the climate. So he or she wants to have a nice house to live in, and emotional needs means he wants to have a security for his future or for his old age. So how he can be given security? He can be given security by offering job security, stability of income and pension plans. So when he will have a strength to earn money, but for his old age he will have to save, and for that the organization has to provide job security, stability of income and also proper pension plans so that he can lead a comfortable retired life in his old age. Then the third need which has been recognized by Maslow is the affiliation or the belonging needs. Now what is this sense of belonging and acceptance and friendship? So in this affiliation or belonging needs, Maslow tells us that about the social needs. So man is a social animal. So he wants to live in a society. He wants the love and affection of his family members and love and affection of his friends, relatives, etc. So there is certain bonding among all the family members, his relatives, his friends, etc. And wants to be having a family life where he will be sharing the affection and love of his friends and relatives, and because of that he has a craving to be in the society. Suppose in an organization, these emotional needs can be taken care of by the informal organization. So wherever there is human interaction in the organization, it gives rise to an informal organization which will help in fulfilling the belonging needs or the affiliation needs of the individual. Then next needs is the esteem needs. So these include factors such as self-respect, autonomy, status, recognition and attention. So here we should see that the esteem needs. So once the human being fulfills his physiological needs, safety and security needs, then affiliation needs, then he wants this esteem needs. He wants to satisfy his esteem needs. Now let us look into what is this esteem need. Esteem need means autonomy, status, recognition and attention. So he wants to be recognized as a certain individual. So he wants to be recognized as a very successful person. He wants to be recognized as a person with high status in the society. So because of all this, he will strive to work better. So he moves around in a car or a very big car, so it will add to his status. So in order to achieve these esteem needs, he will do all those things to get recognized. So if he moves around in a very big car, he feels that he is getting a lot of recognition from his subordinates or the other employees or from his friends or from the society. So the organization should see that these esteem needs are fulfilled. How the organization can fulfill his esteem needs? By giving him proper praise and recognition when he has achieved something, and also by giving him the awards and rewards whenever he has achieved any outstanding achievement in his work performance. Then the next need which has been recognized by Maslow is the self-actualization need. So it is the highest level of need in the hierarchy. It refers to the drive to become what is capable of becoming. So these needs include growth, self-fulfillment and achievement of goals. So there is a dream of every individual. So he wants to reach a certain position in life. So this is that fulfillment of that need. That is the self-actualization need. So you grow as an individual. You just become a very successful person in the society. So this self-fulfillment and achievement of goals. So whatever goals we have set for us, so we are achieving these goals. So that is nothing but self-actualization. So in this way, Maslow has just created a hierarchy of needs of the individuals. So the organization should see that this hierarchy of needs is satisfied in every individual. So if you can see in this diagram here how the needs are arising in the individual example and how this is Maslow's he has just classified needs hierarchy and then how the organization can help. So if you can see here, in the first stage we have the basic or the physiological need. Now this basic or the physiological need, it will satisfy the hunger, and this hunger, it will be satisfied by the organization by providing basic salary to the individual. Now in the second one, that is the safety and the security need. So that person wants stability of income. Now this can be satisfied by the organization with the help of the pension plan. So the pension plan will see that he will lead a comfortable life in his old age or after his retirement. Then the third need is affiliation or the belongingness need. That is, he wants to have friends or he wants to have the love and affection of his family members, and this need or belongingness need is satisfied with the help of cordial relationship with the colleagues. So in the work environment should be such that there is a cordial relationship among all the employees of the organization. So in order to fulfill this affiliation need, then the next need is the status. So this esteem needs can be just given by the organization by giving him a job title. So if he is the general manager, he can just raised as the zonal manager, or he can be given a job of a director of the organization. So the job title is very, very important for any individual if he goes for status. So if his status needs can be fulfilled by offering a job title. Then the last is the self-actualization needs, that is self-fulfillment, and this self-fulfillment can be got through achievement of goals in the organization. So we can see that all these are correlated. So Maslow, through his hierarchy of needs, he has just explained to us how the needs occur in each of the individual and how these needs can be satisfied by the organization and how these needs affect the individual. So this is a very important theory which has been explained by Maslow, and this has become the basis for all other theories of motivation. There are so many criticisms which have come up because of Maslow's theory, but then whatever the criticism, we should understand that recognition of the human needs is the most important step in theory of motivation. So because of this theory of motivation, it has given rise to various other theories, and it has also helped us in understanding the human behavior in a better way. Then next, we'll just look into what are the various assumptions which Maslow has assumed before he has just formulated this theory. Now, there are three assumptions which he has assumed. In that, the first assumption is people's behavior is based on their needs. The satisfaction of needs influences their behavior. So, the people's behavior, how a person behaves, is based on his needs. So, if you are feeling very thirsty, or if you are feeling very sleepy, for example, you cannot just sit straight and concentrate on doing any job. Or if you have attended any program where there is lot of talk going on, and if you are feeling very sleepy, you are not able to listen. So we can understand that this feeling of sleepiness has influenced that person's behavior. So he cannot listen, he cannot be attentive. So he will just drowse, or he will just droop his head and sit in the place where he should have listened better. So the needs of the person will influence the behavior of the person. So this is the first assumption of Maslow. The second assumption is people's needs are hierarchical in order, starting from basic needs to higher level needs. So the second assumption of Maslow is needs are hierarchical. Now what do we mean by hierarchical? So man will first fulfill his basic needs, and then he goes to the higher levels of needs. So this is one of the assumptions which has been most criticized by psychologists all over the world. Then the third assumption is a satisfied need can no longer motivate a person. Only the next higher level need can motivate him. So in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we understand that there are 5 levels of needs, and once this need is satisfied, then it will not motivate him. Only the next level need will motivate any person. So this is the third assumption which has been made by Maslow. And the fourth assumption, we see that a person moves to the next level of hierarchy only when the lower need is satisfied. Only when his basic need is satisfied, he goes to the higher level need. Only when that is satisfied, he goes to the next level, and so on. So these are the various assumptions of Maslow based on which he has just given us this theory of motivation. So whatever the criticisms of this theory, we should understand that it is one of the most important theories which can understand human behavior and how the human behavior is motivated. I hope you have all understood what we have just discussed in this session. Thank you.